Welcome to the Circle of Positivity and to the Money Mindset video course. First of all, thank you very much for signing in and for trusting me. I hope that in these coming 6 weeks, you experience everything that I have by using these simple tools. Yes, each episode will give you a simple tool and a simple mindset that you can put into practice. Well, I would recommend that you do one episode per week so that you give yourself the time to put certain things into action. Because without action, there is no change, there is no result. So what is today's episode about? It is about tuning into abundance. Oh yes, that new age word that we all throw around so easily and so often, abundance. Tuning into abundance is actually about stepping out of lack. In episode 3, you will be talking about all your language, your words, and how you talk about money and how you relate with it. Well, today I want you to think about how do you define how much money you have right now? Is it enough? Is it not enough? Do I want more? Do you say that you never have enough or you can never do the things you want to do? What is it that you say when you think about the money that you have with you at this point of time? Abundance is about stepping out of lack. Why do I say it is about stepping out of lack? Because a sense of lack and words of lack will only create more lack. So when you say I don't have enough money, well, technically, unless you can define enough in numbers, no matter how much you earn and no matter how far ahead you go with your financial space, it will always feel as not enough. Why? Because your mind, your brain is only used to seeing it as that, not enough. When you start talking words of abundance, when you start talking words of literally having a full tummy, that's when your space starts to change. That's when you are telling yourself, I have enough for my needs and now I can focus on my wants. That's why tuning into abundance is about stepping out of lack. So here's what I want you to try. Now every episode comes with a worksheet. I'm sure you have received the one for this episode and you have the ones that are corresponding to the other episodes. Take it, sit with it and write. Yes, you can do this on your phone or on your laptop. But I always recommend working with pen and paper. Why? Because the hand-brain coordination can work magic. What we write is what we will do. It's how we function. It's how we have been trained to function for many generations. So what are you going to write? Well, you are going to write a list of all that you need. Not want. I'm talking about needs. There is a difference between the two. To pay your phone bill, to pay your rent, to pay for groceries, to pay for education bills, these are all needs. But to want to travel, a holiday, to want to do a course 3 years from now, to want to buy that house, these are all wants. So first things first, learn to separate the needs from the wants. Another reason to do this is to break down the pressure that you are putting on your own self. So here's the question that you want to first answer. Are you able to fulfill your financial needs? That's where you want to get to first. What is the purpose of money according to you? Well, money is just a means to an end. Money only has as much value as that note and the digit on it gets you to buy. So depending on what product or service that note can get you, that's the value of money. But what do? We place our own self-worth in that note. Literally, if I have 100 rupees in my pocket, then in my head, I'm only worth 100 rupees. But is that really true? Am I not capable of turning that 100 into 1,000,000? Then what am I really worth? And that's something that I want you to think about as you answer the questions on that worksheet. Money has a purpose it is the means to an end. So starting today, you take back your power from money and you treat it as a means to an end and not the be all and end all of your life. The other thing that you want to think about, when you think about how much money do you need, do you understand your needs? It's like I said, your rent, your phone bill, the fuel in your car, the food that you have to eat, those are all needs. Does not mean that I'm asking you to cut corners. You can even put down leisure activities, whether it's for health, whether it's going out to party, whether it's going out to eat 3 times in a month. Even that comes in a needs list because it's recreation. So when I ask you to write down a needs list, you're not cutting corners. You're just putting down a real piece of what your life looks like, what your week looks like, what your month looks like, and what it will cost you. Now, why am I asking you to put down a cost? Because money is about numbers. We cannot speak about money in terms of lots of, enough of, too much, too less. You have to talk about money in numbers because that's how it is defined. So when you say, I want enough money, you better have a number. If you say, I want lots of money, you better have a number. What is lots of money? What is lots for you may not be for me. What is enough for you may not be for me. So think about this, and what you want to do in today's session is to come to those numbers. One of the first things that we do when we are trying to change our lives is to find the destination. Where are we going? And that is one of the things that you are doing today as you work with paper and pen. So question number 1, which I told you a little while ago, is to make a list of all your needs. The bills you need to pay, basic amenities, basic facilities, including leisure activities. Don't skimp on those. Ask yourself that if you have to live a comfortable life, because that's the need, what is it going to cost you month on month? That brings me to question number 2. How much money do you want in a month? And how do you answer that? You answer it by understanding what do you want to experience, to achieve, to accomplish in a month. So if you look at your year and if you think about all the things that you want to do this year, is it to buy a house? Is it to buy a car? Is it to go on 3 holidays? Is it to do a course? What do you want to do? Is it to buy, I don't know, a Rolex? Is it to buy that LV bag that's come out? Is it to buy a diamond bracelet? Is it to buy the latest camera that's out there? What are your wants? So you then put down a wants list. Now here's something that you want to be careful about when you are doing this. Your wants list may not be limited to a month or be accountable within months, but it's preferable to make a needs list that is monthly. So it gives you a way to also break it down and create achievable targets. Once again, the aim is to take back the power from money, to ease down that pressure that you have put on yourself, and to truly understand what you need to do, what you are capable of doing, and what you need to learn to do when it comes to changing your financial reality. Think about the whole year and break it down. Some of us may want to buy a house 3 years from now or 4 years from now. Maybe you want to start setting aside money for it. So that amount, how much money do you want to be able to set aside month on month or every quarter towards that house that you eventually want to buy, is what you will put down in your wants list. Now, once you have done your needs and wants list, feel free to put this video on pause. You have access to it. So pause it, write down your needs and wants, and then answer the third question on that sheet. What is the one thing that you have understood when you look at those 2 lists that you have put down? What is your reality? Can you write your reality down in a single statement? That's what I want you to think about and do right now. Now that you have a piece of reality, and now that you've given yourself a chance to express clearly what is it that you need and want, what have you understood about yourself, about your life, where you are and how you think about money? You know, a lot of times we are put down for having materialistic goals. We are put down for thinking about money. Well, I have a very simple way of explaining this. If you are money minded, then you are coming from a negative space. You are coming from a space of fear, of lack, of constantly being assessed and judged based on it. Everything in your life is about counting. How much money, how much does it cost, or how much you will make. But when you have a money mindset, which is what this course is all about, it's about putting money in the right perspective. It's about growing, evolving, reaching your goals, having aspirations unapologetically, but also having the gumption to chase those dreams and to live it. So let me ask you this right now. We all say, I want so much money that I am financially free, that I don't have to care about how I'm spending and where I'm spending. Well, have you ever thought what financial freedom looks like to you? Yes, we all keep saying, I want financial freedom, but very few of us can actually define it. If I told you to define financial freedom in 4 lines, can you do it? When you are financially free, when you have enough of money, when you have lots of money, what will your life look like? That's the clarity you want to come to. Some of you may have realized by now that what I am doing is making you express clearly and honestly exactly what you desire. No apologizing for it, no explaining, no justification. It's coming into a space of saying, I want this because I want this. But I also want you to think about this. When you get lots of money, what is it going to allow you to do? What is your life going to look like? How big is that house going to be? How many cars are you going to have? How often are you going to travel? What are you going to do with money? Because at the end of the day, money is the means to an end. So think about this and define and describe what financial freedom looks like to you. Yes, that's a question that exists in your worksheet. You want to put this video on pause and you want to complete that now. Once you have written down what financial freedom looks like to you, go to the next question, which essentially asks you that in order to be financially free, how much money do you need? So if you had to take all those desires that you just put down, if you had to take that life that you just described and put a number to it, what is that number? How much money will you have in your bank, in savings, in investments when you are financially free? How big will your house be? Or then how many houses will you own? How many cars will you have? What kind of cars will they be? What kind of activities will you do? And what is all of this going to cost you? These are tools and actions you find a lot of entrepreneurs and business people do. You know, they make a business plan for their idea. Well, essentially what you're doing right now is putting down a cost to all your dreams and aspirations. You are in a way creating a business plan for your life. Isn't that something interesting? That's a different way of looking at money. And instead of making it this space of complete pressure and deep sense of failure, how about you turn it into a venture that you want to succeed at? An aspiration, an aspect of your life that you're willing to chase, that you are motivated to get to. That's what chasing money can be about. That's what earning money can be about. Because when you stand in abundance with a sense of joy, you create more joy. Are you excited to chase this dream? Tuning into abundance is about stepping out of lack. And just by expressing clearly and openly exactly what you want to experience, you have taken a leap out of that space of lack. So breathe. I know that some of you may be feeling pressured. Some of you may be feeling overwhelmed by everything that you have put down. Some of you may not have even realized that this is how big your dream is. Well, take a deep breath, because in the next few episodes, you're going to learn to break it down to build it up. So take one deep breath, inhale and exhale, and just allow yourself to calmly sit with the truths that have come through today. I always take time to absorb things that have come through to me. That's why I said, maybe you want to do one session, one episode a week, maybe even longer. Think about it and plan how you want to proceed. Before I sign off today's episode, here's the homework or here's the action you're going to do during this week or during the time that you have between two sessions. In that sheet, you have written down a goal statement. I am earning dash per month by dash. You have filled in those blanks with numbers. You have even put a statement down that says, I am earning a sum of dash by dash. Whichever way you write your goal statement. For the next 21 days. Yes, 21 days. That's how long it takes for us to build a habit. You're going to stand in front of the mirror. You're going to make eye contact with yourself. There's no looking away or looking through yourself. Look at yourself and repeat your goal statement 21 times. Yes, it happens in one go. You don't do it once in the morning and thrice in the afternoon and 4 times in the evening. You stand, you say it 21 times, you say it to yourself with a sense of conviction and a sense of commitment. And you do this for the next 21 days. If you would like to connect with me or if you would like any other help, my email ID is chetna@circleofpositivity.com. You can also connect with me on Instagram. My handle is @positivityangel. And my website to know more about the work that I do, the retreats I run and the programs I have. Log on to circleofpositivity.com.